Hi, and welcome to my first ever speed build. I really enjoy watching these on YouTube, so I decided to give it a try myself, and here you have it. I apologize for the really bad audio quality since it is my first try. I'm just using the microphone on my laptop. So the basic shape of this fairly tiny house is two boxes stacked on top of each other. It's inspired by something that I saw on Facebook recently, which is like plans for an actual tiny house in this shape. And I thought it had a bit of an industrial look to it with like a combination of reddish brown wood and black metal. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here too. Was fairly happy with the wood color that I picked in the end. By the way, the whole build is all base game because I specialize in base game builds, since I think it's nice to be able to provide cool builds that are accessible to everyone. So yeah, so that limits the options that I'm picking from here. With the windows, I wanted to go for something not completely plain. That's why I try around a lot of different combinations, and we will return to this. I really like the ones that have like the four windows and stacked on top of each other, so I think I end up using mainly those. And then there's also the door on the side is actually the main door for the front door. The one on top is where the bedroom's gonna be. So you can enter the house on two different um, options. So yeah, oh, three actually, because there's another door to the deck. So there's basically more doors than windows. So yeah, then, but I did want to have stairs on the inside, and I fiddled around with it for a while, and yeah, there was a huge hole in the bedroom, so I ended up making everything a bit bigger. So I think in the beginning it was like 3 by 7, and now it's 4 by 8, each of these boxes. So it's not quite as tiny anymore, but yeah, I did really want stairs on the inside, otherwise I feel it's weird if you have to walk out in the rain to get to your bedroom in the evening. Yeah, then I made massive use of all these pillars in black to give it a bit more of a like texture on the outside. So I use those basically on all corners, and then I did actually delete that diagonal roof because I found the boxy shape came out better if that was actually a flat roof. But I filled around with what kind of fence to use there, since again I was limited to all the base game fences. So yeah, more moving around of windows and doors happening here. Um, yeah, I think that's how it ends in the end. And then I moved on to the inside. So that actually came together quite quickly. So for the kitchen, I use these cool industrial looking base game counters that I use way too little because I always have trouble like fitting them with the rest of the furniture. But here they look really nice. The only issue I had was that there are no fitting like wall overhead compartments. So yeah, I couldn't get like the full kitchen look there. But I think it turned out all right in the end. And you have the little seating area in the front for breakfast or whatever. Oh yeah, I tried to put some cabinets, but no. So I went with simple black shelves in the end to have like at least some storage in the kitchen area. And I think that ended up looking quite nice. Um, yeah, and also very important in a tiny house, you do want to get that wet air out, so you need like a fan situation above your stove. So put that in, and then of course two chairs to be able to sit at the counter and have breakfast there. That's actually the only like dining sitting space in the whole house, because I went for like a big couch instead of a dining area. And then again, like wood on the floor, because wood and black metal is the style I was going with. And then for some more industrial flair, I went with this brick wall decoration on like two sides of the living room, the two short ends, and then painted the other two walls just in like a gray color, which I found quite fitting. And then yeah, on the other side there's the living area, and I tried to get in these sorts of beams on the ceiling by using the spandrel function. But I think in the end, when I move the sim in and use like the first person perspective, I don't think they actually show. So I'll have to figure out about like how that works in the future. And then with the couch, I went with this little bit rustic looking one, like a leather couch, because I again found it goes with the industrial chic of the whole apartment. big TV, of course, and then I used the counters again because I thought that it's such a small space, so like having a bit of a cohesive design for the interior would make it like look less crammed. So I try to use the same things over and over again. So yeah, that's why the counters are there too, and then the books that are hopefully functional. I actually didn't test that in the end. For decoration, I went with these weird motivational posters that I don't think I've ever used before, but for some reason I found them fitting and it reminded me like of the posters in Barney Stinson's office from How I Met Your Mother. I don't know. Um, just I liked it, so I went with those, although I think they're really a bit weird, especially the flying pig one. Um, yeah. So that's that. Then also flowers. I always put flowers in my builds and really like that one because I found the orange swatch actually looks a little bit like it's a copper vase and I thought that one went very well. And then also I did put some curtains for some privacy because that window is facing the street. Um, yeah, I think then I wanted some more clutter. I kept this fairly not cluttered. Usually my builds are like super cluttered, but that one's quite clean looking. Um, so so I even kept these shelves fairly empty. Usually I would put like a ton of stuff in there, but I found with the style of this home, it didn't really fit to have the shelves completely covered in junk. So I think I only put like a teapot and stuff up there. Oh yeah, and these weird scales. I found those decorative. I don't really know what the function is, but yeah. Yeah, first I thought to put some pictures, but I deleted those in the end. It was too much. So yeah, there go the scales and then the teapot and this copper teapot again. But I think I even deleted some of these things in the end because I found it too much noise on the wall. Yeah, then the lights though I really liked. I feel they give a nice light on the counter and it's actually something that would make sense in an actual house to have proper lighting on your working area. Oh yeah, and I did remember to put a trash can. That's something I always forget, and then once I play test it, I see that there's no trash can in there. But here I did remember to put one right away. And then I fiddled forever with the carpets. I feel there's really no good base game carpets. They all look kind of modern, but outdated modern, if that makes sense. So I really don't like any of those. But I did want to put a carpet because I found it just looks more like homey. So I tried that one and it was like okay, and then I tried that black one and I went back and forth for like half an hour trying each of them and kind of decided on the black one in the end. But then when I zoomed in, I saw that it's like this puddle thingy and not a real carpet, so it had to go again. And I ended up using the only carpet that I ever use, which is this one that comes like in a bunch of swatches and is fairly simple. So that's that. Then I also realized that I don't have space for a computer yet, so I tried to fit in a desk, but that looked way too crammed in that corner. So what I ended up doing was actually using more counters again and putting like a counter space that you can sit at in the corner and put a little laptop on that. And I think that actually turned out nice. Like I liked that solution. You're kind of sitting in the way of the TV, but it's just two people, so I feel they can manage. And then I downsized the coffee table to make it less crammed in the sitting area. So yeah, fairly happy with that. I think it looks like it's a built-in furniture piece there. Moving up to the bedroom, which is also like nice shape. I actually, now that I had made the whole house bigger, there was like plenty of room in the bedroom, so I really didn't struggle there. Used the same sort of wallpaper and brick look in the bathroom and the bedroom, and then uh, the same wood from the outside. And I did like how like the wood from the floor continued on the wall, if that makes sense. Um, so I also, yeah, and then I also used a bunch of pillars in the corners because I always feel like sections of different wall decoration pretty nicely. Like it looks more finished than if you just have wall on the one side, bricks on the one side and then wood on the other. So yeah, I prefer the look with the pillars in the corners. So I think I put pillars in almost all the corners. And then lights. I didn't put bedside tables here, so the books have to lay on the floor, but I just didn't want to pack it too full. Curtains again, very important, and then also a dresser because I'm like a sucker for realism. I know you can, if you have a mirror, you can change your outfits there. but I feel you do need some storage, so I always try to include an actual dresser or a wardrobe or something. And I went with this one that I think matches the coffee table downstairs, and also I think that actually matches the sofa too. But yeah, I tried to downsize it, but then it was so tiny, so I'm actually going for the full-size dresser, and you can still get around very well because, as I said, the bedroom is not very small. Decorations, yeah, posters. I think it's Bob Pancakes, is his name, right? And then, oh yeah, and then I did delete part of the wood, so to give like the bed this nice sort of framing, but just having the wood on the yeah, not on the whole wall, and then also more shelves. And then I did put a little guitar to have like some sort of skill building in here, because I didn't put all that many things in there. I think it's nice to play in there. I think there's still room to put things if you want to, but right now there's not a ton of activities in this house. The bathroom again came together really quickly. Like I decided that I would be using the black stuff, like the black bathtub and the black sink, and then it was just quick. So I sectioned off the toilet a little bit because the bathroom has like a ton of big windows, and I felt you might want to need a little bit more privacy there. Also because I think I didn't put any curtains in the end. So yeah, deal with that. And then the bathtub ended up being in this nice little nook. I used that. Oh yeah, I also used that mirror that I think is like a little bit tacky, but in here it worked. And towels, because again, realism. And the floor I think ends up being black in the end too. Yeah, I thought putting some shelves up there, but then ended up putting them over the toilet and just putting a little bit of clutter on there, like some downsized towels and stuff. And that little, I don't actually know what that is, that weird little ottoman. I think I've never used that before. It just had the same color, so it went in the corner. But yeah, so we just have some aftershave or whatever that is, and paper tissues, and then some towels up there, and I think that's basically it for the bathroom, except for the floor. That still has to. Yep, there we go. Now it's black. Moving to the outside, again, I didn't put that much things in there, so for some reason I thought that this boxing thing fits very well, so that went up there. And then I also decided to oh, I don't know what that's called in English or in German for that matter. Like I decided to make one of these roofs that aren't really roofs, but just beams going over your patio. And I did that actually on the top one and on the bottom one too. Usually I put greenery on that, so it's like the plants are growing up there, but this one doesn't have that much greenery. So it just has like a barbecue and a sitting area on the outside deck. And yeah, at first I started with a big barbecue, then I moved to the small one because I thought it would be nice to have the sitting area down there in the shade. But actually I found it way too squeezed, so ended up coming back to the front. And then yeah, there we go. Another weird non-roof um, to finish off the outside. And then I did want like some greenery, so I made this little planter in front of the window to put in some bushes that yeah, these ones. No, not those ones. Yeah, those. To give it like at least some hints of nature. Although with the industrial look, I feel uh, it it's not as ingrown as my usual builds are, with like plants all over the place. So yeah, then oh yeah, I tried forever to put some nice lounge chairs up there. I wanted them to match in color, but nothing really fit well. So I'm still not happy with how those turned out. I used these that look like as if they're completely rusted because the color was okay, but that's not ideal. So if you want to play in this, maybe just delete those and put some skill building activity up there. That might be better use of space than stupid loungers and a plant. Yeah, so that's almost it. Now, I did do like a tiny bit of landscaping, basically consisting in putting the car somewhere. Oh yeah, and I moved the whole thing from Willow Creek to Oasis Springs because I thought it fit better in that desert area. So that's why suddenly the surrounding looks different. But the main landscaping on the lot is just like 2 palm trees and this, I don't know what that is, bushy thing, and another one on the other corner. So fairly simple because I really wanted the house to stand out. and I thought about putting a pool, but decided against it. So yeah, there you have it. That's my little industrial tiny home. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Like, I think it looks cool and actually playable, and I like the combination of the wood and the black. So yeah, I'd be happy to hear what you think of this. If you like it, if I should make some more speed builds, if you have any comments, improvements, whatever, please let me know. I really enjoyed building this. I enjoyed filming it, so I'd hope to give it another try. And yeah, so that's it from me now. Please enjoy these screenshots, and please come again and look at more of my houses. Bye bye. Oh, there's more screenshots than I expected. The bye-bye was too early. I think there might be one more. Or two, even. Oh, there's another one. Okay, but that's finally it. So, see ya.